Hello, welcome to this update for Mexico for Tropical Storm Eric that's about to become Hurricane Eric, spot to the Eastern Pacific. So it just got upgraded to a tropical storm this morning, and it's there near the coast of Central America. Spots of southern Mexico will get hit by this storm, so does show it becoming a hurricane as early as tomorrow morning by Wednesday, and there are some hurricane warnings for the coast of Mexico and hurricane watches in some spots as well. There's a tropical storm warning further south, and here let's see the key messages. So Eric's expect to rapidly intensify before reaching the coast of southern Mexico on Thursday, and hurricane warning is now in effect for parts of the coast of Oaxaca. Hurricane watch is in effect for parts of the Guerrero coast, and Eric will produce heavy rainfall across parts of Central America and southwest Mexico throughout this week. Life-threatening flooding and mudslides are possible, especially in areas of steep terrain. A dangerous storm surge is expected to produce coastal flooding near and to the east where the center crosses the coast and areas of onshore winds. So please stay safe with the flooding and also storm surge and everything. So here in Spanish, let's see as well, even more important. So se espera que Erick se intensifique rápidamente antes de alcanzar la costa del sur de México jueves y un aviso de huracán está en efecto para porciones de la costa de Oaxaca. Una vigilancia de huracán está en efecto para porciones de la costa Guerrero y Erick producirá lluvias fuertes a través de porciones de América Central y suroeste de México hasta esta semana. Inundaciones y deslizamientos de tierra que amenazan la vida son posibles, especialmente en áreas de terreno empinado. Se espera una marejada ciclónica peligrosa que produzca inundaciones costeras cerca y al este de donde el centro cruza la costa, en áreas de vientos en la costa. Entonces, muchísimas precauciones con este sistema y avisar más gente que pasa a esto. Precauciones y quedar lejos de inundaciones, no conducir en inundaciones y quedar en zonas más altas, lejos de inundaciones. Pero precauciones porque a veces son las zonas más altas que tienen riesgo de deslizamientos de tierra. Entonces, muchísimas precauciones con deslizamientos de tierra e inundaciones. Entonces, precauciones y los vientos, las ráfagas de viento también serán muy fuertes, así cuando llegue a México. Entonces, precauciones. So let's see the current rainfall forecast. So it does show already spots of 12 inches plus locally in the coast of Oaxaca and some other spots. And in Guerrero, some 100 to 250 millimeters. In Oaxaca, 200 to 300 millimeters. So please stay safe in those areas, especially there in southern Oaxaca near the coast. So does show like some other spots near Guatemala too, to more than 100 millimeters. In Chiapas, more spots to like 100 to 150. So please stay safe in those areas. Be careful. Y lluvia muy fuerte en el sur de México con este sistema en Oaxaca. Casi 200 a 300 milímetros en Oaxaca por causa de este ciclón. Entonces, muchísimas precauciones y precauciones con las inundaciones, todo, que es más de 200 milímetros, quizás unos 300 milímetros. So, please stay safe in those areas. There's the tropical storm force winds probabilities, and it's already like more than 80 to 90% near the coast there in Mexico, and I expect this to increase even to like 100%. So please stay safe in those areas and warn others. There's the hurricane force winds probability. It's still not a hurricane, so this will still update a lot after it becomes a hurricane and it's closer to the coast, but already shows some 20 to 30% chance of hurricane force winds. And also, especially some 50 knot wind probabilities are already at 50 to 60% spots of the coast. So that's like more than 58 mile per hour winds. And so please stay safe. And this is so close to like 50 mile per hour, it's close to 100 km per hour, and it's slightly close to 100. So please stay safe in those areas. And some forecasts call for this hurricane to have more than like close to 100 mile per hour sustained winds if it gets to category 1 or category 2, depending on its strength. Just category 1 might be closer to like 90 to 100 mile per hour winds, but we'll we'll keep watching. But it depends a lot on what happens with this system, because the latest model guidance is calling for category 1. Most of the models, there are fewer tropical storm, but most are category 1. There's many ones now are category 2, so this has changed. They're like 1, 2, 3, there are more than 5 models showing category 2 now. And then 3 models are up to category 3, so I wouldn't take category 3 out of the equation because now more models are getting closer to major hurricane. So please be aware those areas, and one model is close to category 4. So I don't think you'll be that strong, but you never know because there are many at category 3. So please be careful in those areas. And if I were you, I would prepare for a major hurricane. Spots on Mexico will probably just be category 1 to category 2, but there's a possibility of a major hurricane. So please stay safe. So the track has also shifted further north because before it was forecast to be like further south near Puerto Escondido, not there, southern Oaxaca. But now the landfall has trended closer to Acapulco and more spots. So most of the models go like right into the coast of Oaxaca into Guerrero too, and then they stay kind of close to western Mexico, not going like east. Most of the models just continue northwest. So there's like the Canadian some go northwest, but some models go northeast towards northeastern Mexico for more rain as well. There's the GFS, it makes landfall there, and most of the models continue like northwest towards the islands, but some go further northeast towards central and eastern Mexico. So please stay safe in those areas, especially if this becomes more more than a category 1, possibly category 2. So please stay safe in those areas if this happens. So there's like the models does show. Let's see some global models first. So there's the European for the Eastern Pacific. The European's not very strong. It gets to like some 989 millibars, but the European gets to like a low-end hurricane and like high-end tropical storm. So I think it will be stronger than this. But there's the GFS. The GFS is making somewhat more sense. It gets to some 966. I still think that's too strong. So the GFS is kind of too strong still. But it does go like at landfall 974. So, and the GFS tries to sneak something to the Gulf on the 25th, but that's another topic. And there's the Canadian too, shows like gets to 996. So don't even look at the Canadian. It doesn't know what it's talking about. It's too weak. The icon is around 995 millibars, and that's too weak as well. So don't even look at it. but there's like the H-Wharf, the hurricane model, sometimes, most times exaggerates too much, but let's see here. So it does have landfall in Oaxaca close to like 963 millibars on the H-Wharf. So it's actually closer to category 3 or high-end category 2. And this is possible due to the latest guidance, but still, this might be slightly too strong. There's the halves A, and the halves A is faster than the H-Wharf, and just gets to 970 millibars. So the halves A is like to 969 category 2. So this is a possible scenario as well. There's the half speed and does get to 968 on the half speed right at landfall. So it shows like 969 category 2 and then around 968 possible later. There's like some other ones, the H1 as well, it does show these goals, and this model is like, I think it's too strong, gets to 950 millibars, but later 960 at landfall. So I think it's too strong, but you never know. So be aware those areas. Please be careful, especially if this reaches more than category 2. There might be some very dangerous damage plus flooding, so stay safe. The damaging winds too. There's the halves a parent, there's not much difference, but we can get a broader view here. So the halves a parent goes only to 979 around category 1, close to category 2. So be aware those areas. We'll keep watching, but please stay safe. There's the Canadian model for the rainfall. Remember that the Canadian is too weak. It only shows tropical storm, but it might work good for the rainfall forecast. So it does show spots of Oaxaca, more than 200 millimeters in that yellow, and also spots in eastern Mexico near the Gulf, more than 200 to 300 millimeters in a few spots. So please be careful those areas, and like shows more spots of the Pacific coast, more than 100 millimeters to 200, and spots Central America, even in Guatemala and Belize, it has to 200 millimeters in a few spots. But those areas in Mexico will be the most concerning. So please stay safe in those areas. There's the European model now, 5 days. So it does show in Oaxaca to 239. It has like nearly 300 millimeters at landfall in some areas there. But the European might be like slightly further south than most of the hurricane models. So it shows around landfall around Puerto Escondido and some more rain near Salina Cruz. So the European is kind of further south than the hurricane models. According to the other models, it might make landfall somewhere between Acapulco and Puerto Escondido, but more like on this area here. But please stay safe. If it makes landfall further north, the 300 millimeters might happen further north here. So please be careful. The GFS is around close to 300 millimeters near just south of Puerto Escondido, some 215. It does have close to 100 in Acapulco to Salina Cruz to 200. So please stay safe in those areas. The icon's kind of too weak, but it shows more than 100 in Puerto Escondido, more spots there. So please stay safe in those areas. The European has this spot in eastern Mexico to like more than 150 meters as well. So be careful in those areas in eastern Mexico to 165 millimeters, 164, more spots in central Mexico. Mexico City, you'll just see a bunch of showers and storms passing by, some stronger thunderstorms. So be careful of the storms, but the worst will be just east of you and just south of you. So be careful. But more spots on the west coast, the Europeans is even to like 217 millimeters, spots of western Mexico. So please stay safe in those areas. Shows in Belize as well, close to 200 millimeters, 149, 170, Guatemala to more than 100 millimeters, central Guatemala into southern Mexico. So please stay safe in those areas, especially in Guatemala, spots in Nicaragua too. So the model still have more than 100 millimeters spots of Nicaragua as well. So be careful in those areas to 137, 134 spots in Nicaragua to 139. So stay safe in San Andres more as well. So be careful in those areas, and especially in Belize, into Nicaragua. So stay safe, but especially there in Mexico, that flooding and life-threatening landslides. And I can't express this enough, how dangerous this will be. So please stay safe in those areas and like warn others. Now, let's take a look again in Spanish. Entonces, como habéis oído, en estas partes de sur de México, en Oaxaca, va a haber más de 200 milímetros, casi 300 milímetros en estas zonas por este sistema. Entonces, más de 193, casi 300 en algunas zonas. Entonces, muchísimas precauciones con estas inundaciones, deslizamientos de tierra y inundaciones muy peligrosas así. Entonces, precauciones en estas zonas y más de 200 milímetros, 288. Este otro modelo tiene así casi 300 en algunas zonas y también tiene en Acapulco más de 132, otras zonas de 164 milímetros, muchas zonas más de 100 milímetros. Entonces, muchísimas precauciones en estas zonas, unos 191. Este otro modelo tiene más de 195, 240, quizás llegue a 300 milímetros en algunas zonas. Principalmente se llega a categoría 2, así que quizás llegue a categoría 2 este sistema. Entonces, muchísimas precauciones. Y en otras zonas, en el otro lado de México, así en el Golfo, muestran las lluvias muy fuertes así en el Golfo, o centro y este de México. Más de 173 milímetros, unas zonas así cerca del Golfo, más zonas de 145 en el Pacífico, también más de 200 milímetros, unas zonas del Pacífico. 221, otras zonas de 174. Entonces, lluvia muy fuerte, sí, en el Pacífico y en el Golfo. Muchas zonas, precauciones con deslizamientos de tierra y muy peligrosos, lluvia muy fuerte. Entonces, precauciones en estas zonas y más lluvia fuerte en Nicaragua y Guatemala, más de 100 milímetros en Belice también, principalmente en Guatemala, Nicaragua, muchas precauciones, más lluvias, tormentas en Costa Rica, en Panamá y más algunas zonas así. Entonces, precauciones en estas zonas y es esto, muchísimas precauciones. Los vientos, las ráfagas de viento aún no se puede saber. También, pero ya podemos tener una idea así en estas zonas. Por ejemplo, si esto llega a categoría 2, es posible unas ráfagas de viento más de 100 kilómetros por hora, quizás casi 150 si llega a categoría 2. Si llega solo categoría 1 con más de 100 kilómetros por hora, entonces este modelo solo tiene como categoría 1. Y ya solo con categoría 1 ya muestra 141 kilómetros por hora las ráfagas de viento más en la costa de Oaxaca, más al norte de Puerto Escondido. En Puerto Escondido solo como 91 kilómetros por hora el jueves y quizás más al norte como 145 kilómetros por hora y otras zonas de 125. Entonces, muchísimas precauciones en estas zonas. Y este otro también tiene, pero no tiene mucho, sí. Pero, y esto es solo categoría uno. Si llega, por ejemplo, a categoría 2 o 3 quizás las ráfagas sean más de 170 kilómetros por hora. Entonces, muchas precauciones, sean vientos extremadamente fuertes y peligrosos. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful. We'll get more information tomorrow and Thursday. So we'll make another video for the storm tomorrow about the same time as today. So please stay tuned. There'll be a lot more information tomorrow. And we'll probably make one Thursday as this makes landfall as well. So please be careful in those areas. Shows like some gusty winds in the Caribbean, into the Gulf, a few spots there as well. Wednesday, Thursday, North and South America, some winds in Central Southern Caribbean into this week, and potentially more in the Eastern Caribbean into next week. So be aware of some winds as well, some tropical waves further in the southeastern Caribbean with more showers and storms. So now until Sunday, the show spots in Trinidad and Tobago close to some 83 millimeters in a few spots, so slightly heavier storms from these tropical waves, a few spots southeastern Caribbean, and some showers and storms. So stay safe. More spots in Cuba, the Bahamas, Florida, some passing showers and storms. So be aware in those areas and stay safe, but especially the storm in Mexico. So stay safe. The Atlantic is still quiet and still with some dust, spots the Caribbean, and still like around the Gulf, some dust as well, potentially into the Eastern Caribbean by Friday, some more. So still some dust, but still quiet. Nothing will form. But later in the Eastern Pacific, the European tries to show another system by June 28th. So the Europeans still showing some stuff later in June on the Eastern Pacific, but it doesn't have anything in the Gulf. Just the GFS was showing that the icon, it's just some heavy rain, but it doesn't show anything in the Gulf either. Just this blob of moisture Sunday near Mexico there, but that doesn't really form. So still quiet, and yeah, we'll keep watching. Stay safe.